Hello guys, welcome back. So today I'm very excited to bring to you another exciting topic where we are going to talk about budgets. And not only budgets, we're going to discuss and analyze some mistakes we make, okay? And these mistakes, me pia nimezifanya. I've been in the industry and I've been doing such kind of mistakes for a very long period of time, and they have really costed me so much. So definitely today we want to look at some of the mistakes that we make. But first of all, before we look at the mistakes, I want to explain something. What is a budget? Of course, somebody will ask, like, what is a budget? Budget ni nini? Budget ni kujipanga tu na do. Jipange, uko na pesa fulani, umereceive funding, umereceive mshahara, umepewa pesa ya kupanga kazi. Wewe either unafanya kwa mjengo, either unafanya kwa hospitali, either unafanya any place in any industry. Budgets are very, very important. So when it comes to filmmaking, budgets also are very, very important. And today I'm going to share with you some of the mistakes. Of course, these mistakes mimi mwenyewe pia nimezifanya. And we are going to learn from the mistakes that we have already done, some of us. Ndio wewe mwenye unaenda kupata funding, whether you're going to receive this funding as a grant, you're going to receive this funding as a loan, you're going to receive this funding as your personal finances, and you want to invest this funding into films. These are the mistakes you need to really avoid as early as today when you're watching this video. Number one, people make mistakes, or even including myself, we made mistakes by when we got funding, we get to acquire very high-end equipment. Like tuna fancy equipment, like unataka ile kamera sijui kinakaaje, unataka nini, so unapata pesa yote umechannel on the equipment, fancy gears like hizo za cameras, lights and stuff like that. Yet you can just balance it and use it, maybe use simple equipment. But kama uko na budget yenye inatosha hiyo, why not? However, first, don't fancy the equipment. So don't spend maybe more than 50% of your money or the budget on equipment, okay? That is a mistake we did. So never do that mistake. Number two, the other mistake that I did is weak pre-production. Of course, out of excitement, uko na do. Twende to shoot say. You don't even have time to plan for rehearsals. You don't want time to do a very proper location scouting and analyzing a lot of things when it comes to the sets, the locations, and all those things. Wewe tu ni nini? Twende to shoot wadau. Twende to shoot wadau. Like you don't plan properly. So you all the time you do weak pre-production. So because you have them, you see that you feel kona yodo, unasema wase twende to shoot. So when you go to shoot, you find yourself there are some things that you are lacking, and when you lack these things, it will really affect the output of your product. And these things zinapatikana wapi? Zinapatikana time yenye umeenda like when you're doing pre-production. So of course, for example, there's this time we are doing pre-production and we know there's this cloth tunatafuta hii nguo. So hii nguo until imepatikana, when you have the money, you know how to allocate the money to be able to get that particular clothing, or maybe that particular costume that you want to use for this film. But if you don't spend a lot of time on it, you find that umeenda kushoot, umejipata guy, hatuko tumeplan for this set. So which means you'll spend a lot of money looking for that thing during that time, or if you don't even spend time, you find that you spend money. So utapata hiyo kitu hamkuwa factor in during pre-production, then imefika time ya production, while you are shooting ndo mnapata hiyo kitu hamna. So what do? You end up maybe wasting time and wasting money again, because you will maybe have to look for it or spend another day after you've looked for it, then spend another day shooting, which is another money that you'll be spending. So of course that one is a very, very bad mistake that people do when it comes to budgeting, and watu wanashindwa kuallocate budgets during pre-production. So make sure you also learn that, and very soon we'll have a lesson to do with just trying to understand how can you be able to allocate budgets na ukiwa na low budgets. Of course there are videos I've already done here zenye zinaongelelea things to do with ukifanya kitu ya ukiwa na low budget, ni nini unafaa kupea priority na ni nini unafaa kutopea priority. Sawa? Good. The third thing that people do is they forget sound. Yes, you remember when we talked about fancy gears. Of course fancy gears zinakuwaga nini, cameras, lenses, lights, monitor. Unataka kuwa na hadi monitor lakini hauna hauja invest for sound. Unataka sijui uwekewe video village yako inakaa vizuri, umeweka monitor hapo zimejaa, but you don't have sound. Guys, yes. So sound is very, very paramount. Sound is very paramount when it comes to production, and this is not something that you are supposed to ignore. Never ignore sound, okay? You see, now people concentrate on visuals only. So when you concentrate on visuals only, you look at the picture is so nice, the lighting is so nice, the production design is so well done. Yeah, but sound, very bad. And as I ever said some time back, and a quote I borrowed somewhere, people will forgive bad visuals, but people will not forgive bad sound. Yes, I said it again. So, don't ignore sound, okay? Don't ignore sound when you have budgets. Number 4 is underfeeding the crew and cast. Inayo sasa inafaa hata ingekuwa number 1. You see, food is not like a fancy thing on set. Food acts as fuel. Food acts as a motivator. It gives people the energy to continue working. And people cannot work when they are hungry. People will work when they are already fed. Like watakuwa na motivation ya kupiga kazi when they are fed up, okay? When they are fed, like kuna chakula iko pale hivyo imepeana. Because a hungry man is an angry man. So when it comes to things to do with food, it's very, very paramount. When you're budgeting, msee amebudget, amepiga vitu mingi, luku, nini, kila kitu ni kali. Lakini ukikuja kuangalia kwa food, wase wanakaa njaa kwa set. Mnaweza kuwaje na lights kubwa kubwa, kamera kubwa kubwa, lakini watu wako njaa kwa set. No. That one is a no. So make sure, hapa hii mistake tunafanyaga most of the time, because watu wanasemaga like, tuvumilie tu tukae njaa manzi bora tupate shot kali. Yeah, it's okay, we are going to get it. But the people who are working on making sure that they are going to get that shot very well done, are they hungry? And when they are hungry, they become angry and they cannot be able to work. Producers, menotio. Yes, kindly note that, because it's very, very important, and we really need to take care of the crew and cast when it comes to feeding. Then on today, last but not least, is the marketing. No marketing plan. It's a mistake people make when they have money and they want to do budgets. So you don't set aside money for marketing, and I've really done that so many times when I'm doing production, and maybe when I have some coins here to make a production, I don't factor in elements of marketing. So I end up like time yenye tumemaliza kushoot, tumefunga virago, tumepotea. Okay? So that is not right. Make sure you plan for marketing. People miss out to plan for marketing, and the product end up like inawochiwa tu na mabeshte wasiwa around. And then maybe you want to make money with this product. Inabaki tu ni wale wase mabeshte wa around ndo wanafanya nini? Ndo wana watch. So make sure you have a marketing plan and include it in your budget. Okay? Well, I had just those few. So kama kuna zingine za kuongezea, guys, hapo comments, tuonane hapo kwa comments. Ziongezee zaidi na zaidi. Okay? Then so in conclusion, when you receive funding or when you have somewhere you're targeting to get some money to do production, make sure you plan for the budgets very well. And some of these things you budget, plan with the story that you have. The story. Yeah, ufanye pre-production yako vifiti, alafu make sure that the people that you are going to work with, they are very well motivated, and plan with also the gears. When you are going for gears, make sure you have sound is important. Like sound is very, very well taken care of. And then another thing is also post-production. Post-production watu isahau, because it's something at siwe beshte atanieditia tu, atanishikanishia hapo tumalize. Guys, please, journey of filmmaking doesn't end with production. it ends with marketing. Once the product has reached the market, that is the time I feel it ends, and that is the distribution stage. So it starts all the way from pre-production, production and post-production, then distribution. Okay, and even during the research and development stage, that is the stage where, because you'll spend a lot of money, you'll be going on set, you'll be going to places to, well, where you're going to research about your story, especially when you're doing documentaries. When you're doing development for documentary scripts, you'll need to do a lot of research, and you'll be using a lot of money to go into those spaces to do research. So make sure you plan very well. When you have budgets, make sure you ask people, and don't just go doing it, yet you don't have a knowledge around that particular thing. Maybe make sure you ask. Kama hauna hiyo knowledge, just go and ask, please. Okay? So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are very amazing. And venye tu una plan budget za kwako, na we ni filmmaker, same thing. Plan for the budgets of film, because film is also a product that needs to be budgeted well and nicely. And even if you're going to use other people's money, or you're going to use other people's gear and equipment, also just plan that as part of the budget, ndio ikusaidie kufanya costing ya movie yako or product yako the moment it may come out. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and see you on to the next one. Until next time, adios.